Welcome back to my channel, Hidden Points. Imagine you walk into a room filled with people, everyone is talking and laughing, moving in every direction, and yet you feel like you are standing on an island. There's no bridge built for you. This feeling isn't just loneliness, it's a whole psychological world that shapes the people who have no friends. Today, we are going to descend into that world. We'll look at what the mind is really doing when someone grows up or grows older without close relationships. And we'll explore why so many people misunderstand them, judge them, and never see the truth beneath the silence, the distance, and the quiet patterns they live inside. Because people who have no friends are not empty, they are not broken, and they are not failures. Instead, they are often people who think too deeply, feel too intensely, or have learned too early that connection can be dangerous, unpredictable, or disappointing. This shapes their brain like a shield that stays up even when they desperately want to lower it. The story of a person without friends usually starts long before adulthood. Psychologists call this social conditioning, where the nervous system learns through experience who is safe and who is not. It teaches a person how much they should risk to build bonds, take emotional chances, and let others in. Let's take the story of Alex from Ohio. He grew up in a home where arguments always exploded like storms. Nobody ever asked him what he felt. Every time he showed emotion, it was ignored or brushed aside. So, his brain learned a powerful lesson. Revealing himself only leads to discomfort and rejection. This is why, as an adult, Alex avoids friendships. It's not because he doesn't care, but because his mind built walls to protect him from emotional chaos. And those walls stayed, even when he never intended to keep them. Then there's the example of Emily from Colorado. She moved every 2 years because of her parents' jobs. Every time she made a friend, life uprooted her again and again. So her brain developed what psychologists call attachment fatigue. She became tired of forming bonds that would inevitably break. Even though she is kind and thoughtful, she keeps a distance because the pain of starting all over feels heavier than the joy of connecting. People like Alex and Emily often hear others say they're antisocial, uninterested, or cold. And yet, inside their mind, there is a storm of observation and There's a constant voice saying, "Don't bother anyone. Don't be a burden. Don't risk being rejected again." When someone lives like this long enough, the brain adapts and becomes highly self-protective. Psychologists describe this as hypervigilant social processing. This means the person is so aware of potential threats that they simply cannot relax enough to build friendships. This doesn't mean they don't want human connection. In fact, most people who have no friends actually crave it. They just don't trust that it will last, feel safe, or be worth the vulnerability. Another thing many people do to realize is that people with no friends often have stronger internal worlds than anyone else. They live through imagination, observation, and solitude. This creates deep thinking, high sensitivity, and emotional intelligence, even if it's never shown on the outside. Sometimes these people appear independent and self-sufficient, yet inside they feel a quiet ache that they never speak about. The science shows that human beings are wired for connection. It's managed through a part of the brain called the social bonding network, which releases oxytocin and dopamine during interaction. When someone doesn't feel safe interacting, this network becomes understimulated. The person then experiences emotional numbness or anxiety in social settings. So when someone says they prefer being alone, it's not always a lie. Sometimes it's a shield they built because solitude is predictable and people are not. But still, there is hope. Psychology also shows that the brain can relearn connection at any age. This is done through something called gradual social exposure, where small, safe interactions slowly teach the nervous system that not every person is a threat, and not every relationship leads to pain. It starts with tiny steps, like talking to one classmate, or one coworker, or one neighbor, and letting the brain collect new evidence. Over time, the walls loosen, and friendships become possible again. The psychology of people who have no friends is not a story of weakness. It's a story of self-protection, survival, and deep, unspoken strength. These people carry memories, lessons, and fears that have shaped their entire inner world. They are not cold. They are not uninterested. They are simply people who once reached for connection and got hurt, and now their heart chooses safety over hope. Understanding them means seeing the quiet battles their mind fights every single day. It means seeing that beneath their silence, there is someone who still wants to belong, but doesn't yet know how to walk toward the world without fear. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, please follow for more.